Alright, people, let's start making some digital sweatshops because now, with whatever was going on with Roblox, is now coming over to Fortnite because Fortnite is gonna let island creators sell in game items and pay to appear in new sponsored row areas of the marketplace. So, developers are going to earn 100% of the income made from any in island purchases until the end of 2026. And then I'm sure the amount of money that's going to be going to Epic versus the money going to the actual creators are going to be significantly less. That being said, I hope it's not like 75 to the company, 25 to the creator, because that's going to really suck, especially when we're talking about a bunch of kids making stuff in digital sweatshops and things along those lines. It would be crazy to think about it from that perspective, but I could absolutely see that happening as well. So developers are going to be able to make their own Fortnite islands and soon sell in-game items. Epic announced, starting from December, creators, quote unquote, will be able to sell items directly from their Fortnite islands, opening up new ways to make money from their creations. Items sold can either be consumable, such as power-ups, durable, such as weapons or cosmetic items, and traditionally remain within the confines of that creator's island and aren't able to be used anywhere else in the game. So you can't just make something super OP and then play through a battle royale match with it. Interesting. Epic says that until the end of 2026, creators will earn 100% of the V-Bucks value from the sales made with their island, which is then changing to 50% in 2027. That's not to say that it's going to go down any further after that point. Epic says V-Buck value is defined by what's left after platform and store fees are removed, meaning during the period creators are eligible for 100% of V-Buck value. This works out to be around 74% of the money spent on V-Bucks. So even then, the 100% that I mentioned earlier is really just 74%. So then, if it decreases to 50% from 100, then I think it's probably fair to say that creators are only going to get maybe 37%, I want to say, of the V-Buck value. I could be completely wrong about that, but I've got like over 10,000 V-Bucks in my account, and I don't even play Fortnite anymore, so I only just jump in and buy skins every now and again, so that's just really funny to see. But I guess moving on from that, as well as the ability to sell items, creators will soon be able to spend money to have their islands featured in a new sponsored row, which will give them more visibility in the game's Discover menu. So this is how it's going to work. Basically, creators are going to have their own islands, they're going to create their items, and then hope that they get picked to be part of the sponsored row, and then be able to sell more during a period of time because people are able to discover you through that sponsorship. But the question is, how do sponsorships work? And ultimately, do people need to pay other people under the table to be able to make their way to somewhere like a sponsored row? I don't know, but mostly it's going to be for visibility purposes more than anything. So yeah. According to Epic, the drop from 100 to 50 in 2027 is necessary to cover the costs of servicing the Fortnite ecosystem. Sure, I guess. The funds that don't go back to creators contribute to server hosting costs, safety and moderation costs, R&D and other operating expenses, the company says. In recent years, Epic has been investing in operating the business at a loss. And I feel like it's been doing that for a while, hasn't it? Most of the money that Epic makes, if I remember correctly, should be through the use of the Unreal Engine, right? Unless I'm completely wrong about this. Not Unreal. Do they do Unreal? Whatever engine they owned. I'm pretty... Because it's definitely not Godot. I think it could be Unreal, but yeah. Creators already receive payouts from Epic Games based on player engagement on their islands. 40% of the net revenue from Fortnite's own item shop and related real money purchases goes into an engagement pool, which is distributed to the creators of custom islands. Okay. The engagement payout formula, which determined how much a creator is paid, depends on such factors as minutes played, new users, lapsed users, island retention, how many players spend V-Bucks around the same time as playing the island. Okay. And then there's some more information about Fortnite islands and stuff like that. Now, with that being said, interesting idea. Definitely, I think they took a bit longer in muscling in on on Roblox's territory, a lot later than I expected. To be fair, I thought Epic was going to be on this a lot sooner for Fortnite. And the reason why I say digital sweatshops initially is because if there is a way of being able to make money, people are going to milk it for what it's worth. Because I can't see any reason why people wouldn't try to do whatever it is that they can to just make more, whatever it means. Make the laziest, floppiest, lowest quality item that could possibly be processed through a person's mind to be like, yes, I want to pay money for this. The lowest common denominator in some sorts. Making a minimum viable product and selling it on the market, and then selling multiple copies of that so that you make multiple times the money you would have made from a single purchase. Instead, you're making it through multiple different types of products on the market for multiple different purposes. So it's just kind of interesting to see how all of this is kind of going, but also how it's ultimately coming back and working in a financial sense. So I am curious to hear what you guys have to say about this in the comments below, because I feel like there's going to be a lot of negativity behind it and some positivity. Positivity in the sense that I could see this working. It's got some good ideas, but the problem is that unless Fortnite does things differently from how Roblox does, it doesn't really seem like things are going to be all that much different compared to how Roblox is handling their situation, and especially with the whole child predator situation going on, and just how little money, the creators actually get for the stuff that they make. But I would be interested to hear what you guys have to say about this in the comments below. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe to the channel. I may meet for 500 subs by the end of the year. With all that being said, I do upload every day, so I'll see you guys tomorrow.